We are back working on a Max for Live device for coloring and renaming clips based on genre and personal preference. Last video I got a bit frustrated trying to figure out why we couldn't retain text in a text edit, and we have figured that out. So I'm just going to cut that, and I'm going to open up our B patcher here, and now we can go ahead and paste this in here. So I'm just going to delete all this, paste our box, connect it to the text color, and let's just remove the background color and the border color, and let's shrink this down a bit, put this over here. I'm going to change all the styles and stuff. Let's just do this. So I've saved that. Let's close that down. Now we should be able to freeze this. You can get rid of this, save it, close it, and let's do a test here just to make sure they work in frozen abstractions, because that would suck if they didn't. Save that, and let's open this. Okay, it works, fantastic. Okay, so now the user can define what genre or style each individual color is. So now I need to work on getting all 70 colors in. I'm just trying to think of how I want to go about this. I think I want to arrange the colors in a way that they're more of kind of a Venn diagram, if that makes sense. So this is going to be a bit of trial and error here. First off, let's figure out what we're doing with the shape of these. So I'm going to open up one of these. Let's just say this just needs to be one line, so that's okay. So there's one line, and I would like to keep this as a square, but that's not really going to work. It's going to have to be a rectangle, like so. Make sure we extend this out, because we're going to need 70 of these, and that's a lot, and because we also need people to be able to use this while they're looking around their project. So 70 of them. I guess if we do 10 by 7, let's just have a look and see what 10 look like. 1, 2, 4, 5. Or maybe if we went 7 by 10. I think that's a manageable window size for a pop-up. So let's do that. We'll do 7 by 10. Okay, that's all good. So I need to actually duplicate all of the B patches there. So let's go ahead and save that. Close this down. I'm just going to go Uzi 70, but I'm also going to go trigger bang bang so that this counter resets to 0. So first up, we need to send a set 0 to the counter. So first thing that happens, counter gets reset, then the Uzi smashes through, and yeah, if I was to double click this, you'll see we populate it with our colors. And if we have a look, hopefully these are the same colors as in live. Like, it doesn't matter, as long as we have 70 colors, then I can arrange them out in a way that suits. Now, I've got too many things open here. This has gone up here for some reason. Okay, so here's our B patches, the rough sizing of them. I mean, it would be nice not to have 70 individual patch cables, but without getting into I'm trying to think of a way that I can bulk send this col into the individual abstractions. So what I could potentially do is create receive objects inside the abstractions that have unique identifiers. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that just for it's consistent, it's clean, and it's educational to a degree. It's also something I'm not too familiar with, so it's it's something we can learn with. So what I mean here is I want to create a object inside of the bpatcher. We'll do a get args, or get attribute, sorry. So what that's going to do is it's going to look for an attribute. So if I go into my inspection manager here, I can give this arguments like blah, 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 blah. And then that get attribute, it'll spit this argument out inside the bpatch, and we can use that to specify a receive object. Yeah, I think this will work. So for example, if I set this as 1, like so, we go in here, get arg. So 1's going to come out. I will we'll change it to receive 1 or whatever. So this will come out, and we will have a receive object. Not tilde. I'm just thinking of a way that I can really, come on Tom, that I can really avoid too many patch cables. So with the receive object, so we can set what the receive object is. So if I was to go set $1, then this attribute's going to come out, and this receive object is going to be set to receive on whatever we give it. And then that can be the color here, which means we can get rid of the inlet. So this is all internal within the bpatcher. Okay, let's save that. So I'm going to set this, to test this out, I'm going to set this attribute to color 1, like so. And if I put here a send object, color 1, and if I send it, say white, let's see what happens. Color 1, send color 1. This did not work how I intended. Do I need to send that a hang on, look at the help file here. Provides user interface to query attribute values from an object. You can also receive a list of available attributes from the this might be the wrong thing. Arg. Patcher args is the object. My apologies. It's the wrong object. So this needs to be patcher args. There we go. So let's try that. Close this down. Now let's go there. Okay, and this needs to be a symbol, so to symbol. So that's handy. So that gets rid of that problem. The issue, of course, is throwing this call out. I'm going to have to figure out a way to I can do that, to automate sending it to all of these at once. So there we go. There's white, and let's just do 0.5, 0.5. Let's just have a look. So there's a different color. That's all good. So then it's a matter of we're going to have to rename 70 individual of these, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do 7 by 10. So let's just do these now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm giving them a bit of space. So my theory behind this, of course, is because we've got 70 of these, like the less patch cables the better. If I had a cycle 70, then I'd have to hook them all up, and it just sounds like a nightmare. And this is just a lot cleaner way of doing it. Color 1. So we basically just have to rename these, like color 2, for example. I'm just going to do the first 7. I might do this in between videos just so I don't have to like show you guys the real boring shit that comes with this. Again, if you're a Macs person and you can think of better ways of doing this, there's so many ways to go about doing this kind of stuff. I'm always open for learning quicker ways. So now that we have these, let me just test this. So if I send this to color 5, you'll see this one changes. So that's good. Now we have to figure out a way to bang 70 out of here. Okay, so this is already happening. So that's going to bang out. Instead of going to cycle 8, I need to send these sequentially to the right sends. So first we need a send object. Then we need to, can I not? I need to give that something, so we'll just go send foobar. And then we need to set $1. So what we need to do is we need to probably pack color and number and triggers 0. So is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work, so I'll send a integer into here, and then we will bang this to see if it outputs the right thing. I think I need combine because combine doesn't add spaces, so we'll go color and a number, and then yeah, there we go, we've got triggers on number 1. So that means that when it receives a value through here, it's going to automatically trigger. So there we go. So as we feed a number into this inlet, you see it's going to change and update this here. So what we could do is we can take the value of the Uzi. So we need to go TII. Even though this is a float, this will convert it into integers. So first we need to bang this number, or we need to update this number, which will change this value. So that's all good. That's going to sequentially go through, and then we need to set that as the send object. Then we need to send the clip color to the send object. That should work, you know. Yeah, he says. Let's try. No, we're getting an error. Maybe I need to bang this. Maybe an Uzi is the wrong option. This probably is the wrong option. You shouldn't really be using these. Okay, let's try and bang this counter ourselves. 0, 1, 2, 3. So nothing much fun is happening here. Let me just go back to the inspector and make sure I've set up these receives. Okay. Let's just make sure this is working. So that's set 0. So color 1, color 2, color 2. So we just updated this as color 2. So in theory, this should work. No. What am I doing wrong? I can't get rid of this, can I? What about so what am I doing wrong here? It must be to do with the send object. Because if I go color 2 here, bing, that works fine. Okay, let's open up the help file of the send again. Send will transmit. So it doesn't look like we can dynamically change the send value. I think there's another way about doing this. What are the similar files? Forward. What's forward? Relays a message to other objects remotely. Unlike the send object, the destination receive object or forward can be changed with each message. Okay. Specify a received object. Okay, so it looks like we need forward instead of send, he hopes. So let's set this back to 0. Specify a receive object. So BIP. Yeah. Looks like I need to put send here, not set. That's a bit strange. Anyway, let's try this again. Set 0. Hey, we got it working. All right. So that's really exciting. It is for me anyway. I hope you'd find it too. These ones are all already color 1. So now it's just a matter of me changing the name of all of these arguments, which I will do. I'll end the video now and I'll do that, and I will catch you tomorrow for the next part.